Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to another episode of greytHR's Demo Day series. We are delighted to have you join us today. I'm your host for this evening, Priya Shantini. Today's Demo Day is designed to give you a clear and a practical view of how greytHR help organizations streamline key HR processes from payroll and compliance to attendance and complete employee lifecycle, all in one unified HRMS platform. We'll begin with an expert-led live product walkthrough, followed by an interactive Q&A session where you can ask your specific questions that you may have. Please feel free to share your questions in the chat and we'll address them towards the end of the session. So before we jump into the session, we have a quick poll question for our attendees. I request everyone to please participate in the poll. Thank you everyone for answering it. Now, I would like to introduce a product expert for today's session, Amrita Vani from greytHR, who will walk us through the live demo and key use cases. Over to you, Amrita.
Thank you, Priya. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining the greytHR Demo Day webinar. Firstly, I would like to spend a few minutes on a presentation which will give you all a bit of an idea on the company profile as to what greytHR actually is and what kind of modules we offer, what kind of features and support that we offer. Just allow me a moment. I will quickly share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everybody. Now, if you have any questions, as Priya mentioned, please feel free to drop the question in the Q&A space, and we will address the question towards the end of the demonstration. Okay. So this is a product, greytHR software, greytHR. This is the platform's name. And this is basically our journey. If you can see, we have started this journey in 1993 with almost, it's almost 30 plus years at this point. With 3 million plus employees currently using the greytHR application, 30,000 businesses are associated with the greytHR application at this moment. Presence is currently in almost 25 plus countries, and it will give you a little bit of more idea as to what all modules that we offer, starting from the employee recruit management till the exit. It will basically help you to manage the entire employee life cycle within your company, starting from hiring the employee till the exit management. Okay. Starting from hiring, recruit management includes the hiring, raising the job requisition request, sourcing the candidates, scheduling the interviews, giving the feedback for the interviews, and if the candidate is hired, you can directly add the profile into the employee module, and if the candidate is rejected, you can send out the rejection emails. All of that can be handled under recruit. Coming to core HR, it's basically an employee management module. Every employee information will be managed under this core HR module. We also have leave and attendance management, will be entirely configured as per your company's leave and attendance policies. Under attendance, we will configure the shift management, and OT management is also available. And coming to different types of attendance tracking. We have mobile sign in, web sign in, mobile sign in with geo fencing, geo tagging facilities. Also, attendance through facial recognition is also available. The most important one, payroll. It will be entirely configured as per your company's pay structure. We also handle loans, salary advances, reimbursements. Payslip generation will also be done through the system. It will be done and published to your employees' ESS portal. You can also send them through an email, and all the final settlements and all the reports related to the payroll can also be generated. The most important one is the statutory. The configuration of the statutory components will be done in the system, adhering to the local laws. Without any manual intervention required, you can directly calculate these and generate the reports of the same. Few of the examples are given here: WPS, GOSI, PASI, pension contributions. Everything will be calculated in the system without any manual intervention required. We also have performance management, so that you can assess the performance of the employee at the end of the year or at the end of quarter, and suggest the employees, give some recommendations, something like increase in the salary, decrease in the salary, PIP, patient bell curve normalization is also available. Um, Coming to onboarding and exit management, this is specifically for the new hires and the employees who are separating from the company. You can collect the employee information from the employee through this onboarding module without admin or the managers having to enter everything manually. Same with the exit management module. You can streamline the entire employee exit process, department by department, ensuring all the exit formalities are taken care, without any again manual intervention. It can be streamlined. Expense claim management, again, if you have any claim request that employees have to submit through the application, that entire module can be activities can be managed under the business claim management module. We'll get into more detail in the product, in the live demonstration. So these are again some of the numbers, with 100K new employees adding every month, 3.47 million leave applications processed, 100 million plus swipes captured through greytHR system. It basically shows the application scalability. Some of our trusted companies that we are associated with currently, you can see the notable names like Donata, Unimoney, Tenkit, etc. And these particular spot shows our presence in that particular area. We are almost in 25 plus countries and 250 cities right now. Some of our recognitions and awards throughout the years. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we have almost 30 plus years of experience in HR and payroll systems. We are ISO certified platform and SOC 2 compliant and GDPR ready, which is an European standard. It basically covers the entire, it offers the entire end-to-end solution for your employee HR activities. You can automate and digitize all the workflows that you currently are might be doing manually, as most of you have already answered that you are already using an HRMS tool currently. You can, you have an idea as to what I'm talking about. Coming to our implementation, we do not just sell a product. We provide we provide the service to help you in implementing the application as per your requirements and as per your company requirements. It will be anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the company and employee size. And we also provide a hypercare period of 2 months to help you with any refresher trainings, policy level changes. If any new HR or admin has been hired, we'll also help you with all the trainings for the new hires as well. So this is a glimpse of a mobile app. If you can see, the mobile app is also available in the Arabic language to provide you a local experience, to provide your employees a more regional experience. and it will make their job easy to do all their activities like applying for a leave, applying for regularization, downloading their pay slips and everything. A couple of more screenshots for your reference, and you can also see this same in English. greytHR is basically an entire ecosystem. We do not just give you a product called greytHR. There is also an HR academy where 35,000 plus learners join to master the HR and payroll related modules. Not just the application. You can learn basically all the modules around the HRMS activities. There is also a great FM podcast where experts share their insights and best practices and latest trends available. And there is also a Parichai webinar available. It is basically led by experts to give you their take on the trending HR topics. Okay. So some of our testimonials from the clients, it's also available on the YouTube for the reference. And these are some of the testimonials given by our clients. If you can see here, there is also the employee count mentioned. So we have the clients whose employee count starting from 50 to 12,000 plus. You can see right here the testimonial given by one of our trusted customers. So this is a quick intro of the greytHR profile. Now I will jump into the product demonstration. Allow me a moment. So there is a question on your screen which is asking you about a core requirement. This will help us in identifying what is the major concern. I see almost everybody has answered this question. Thank you so much. All right. I'll give it a moment so that everybody can see my screen. Okay, so this is what the greytHR application will look like. I am logged in as an admin. So for every HR admin or any role-based user, this will be the home page. Okay, role-based restrictions are available. So if you have any users that are relevant to only certain modules, you have a leave admin or an attendance admin or a finance admin, so we can give access to only those modules to those users. If you have any super admin who needs access to each and every module, we can also configure the same. So user restrictions are completely as per your requirement. This is a welcome page where you can see all the my favorite section, all the activities that you would do on daily basis. And if you scroll down a little bit, you have the help links which I'm talking about: British community, knowledge center, resource center, how to videos. If you have any confusion, and this is after the implementation is done, after the hypercare, 2 months of hypercare is done, if you are confused as to how to do a certain activity, we have all these help links available for you right in the application, right in the home page. You can just go to how to videos and get the information. We also have a dashboard available to give you a little bit of graphical representation of different data that we have in the system: addition and attrition, employee bonuses, age distribution, and any payroll information, any component. For example, it is showing the full conveyance. You can also edit this, and if you want to see another item and another salary item, you can just select another salary item and update the um chart, and it will get refreshed. You also have OT hours, years and service distribution, all of this in the dashboard. Now coming to all the modules, you'll have it on the left hand side. Whatever modules that you're opting for, everything will be available on the left hand side. The first and foremost, the important one is the employee module, the employee managing the employee information. So you have a dashboard, not just for employee, for each and every module you'll have a dashboard which will give you an overview of what is happening in that particular module. So this, it will show you the employee head count, how many login stats in the last 3 months, letters generated in the last 3 months, how many mobile app users are there currently. If you want them to use the mobile app, you can also invite the new employees, new joiners in the last 1 month, upcoming birthdays, confirmations, everything will be visible on the overview section. Now, under main section, you can find all the employee details in bulk. Okay, under information, anything you want, any data you want individually as per the employee, you can come under the information section. So you'll have an analytics hub. If you want to pull out any employee information from the system, you can come to the analytics hub. And also, just a second. Okay, so I have enabled the pivot mode. You can also create this charts with the analytics hub module. So it is basically showing the nationality distribution in a graphical representation. You can also disable this pivot mode to get the data in a normal Excel format. You can just download, export this data into Excel. Now, coming to employee directory, you will have the entire list of all the employees. Now, adding an employee is very quick and easy in the system. There are a couple of ways in doing that. If you are opting for a recruitment module, there is a way to directly push the employee profile into the core HR module. If you are directly using the core HR module, you can do the employee addition either individually by just clicking on add employee. It will ask you to fill up all the required details, or else there is another option called Excel import. Not just employee data, not just employee, new employee addition, any information you want to upload into the system, you can make use of the Excel importer. We'll get to that part in 2 minutes. Okay, we also have the org chart for your to view the organizational hierarchy. Coming to the information, as I have mentioned, you have to get into the employee profile. So in that case, you can get into the employee information section. You can search with the employee name and you can find every minute detail related to the employee profile. It is also bifurcated into different sections so that it will be easier for the user. If you want to find the bank details, you can get into the bank. Card details, there's a separate section. So depending on what information you want to view for this employee, you can get into that particular screen. Everything related to the employee profile will be visible under the information, even the employee's salary, documents as well. Now, in the Middle East, there is the importance of passport and visa and card expirations is very high. So what we have done, under card details and passport and visa, you can add the details and you can add the expiry dates, and system will automatically send the expiry alerts to the employees, the managers, or the HR admins. So these notifications you can customize to send it to whoever you want to receive the expiry notifications to take the appropriate action. Now, coming to the admin section, we'll have some admin rights. For example, you can generate letters, you can do an Excel import, the most important one. So you can select the from the list of the imported type, you will have all the uh, imported types available. So depending on what you want to upload in the system, for example, you want to upload the employee visa details, you can select that imported type and it will tell you what all information you need. So what all information you need and what all information you can skip adding in the in the file. You'll also have a sample file available for your reference. You can download this file, fill the information, and upload it into the system. It will take hardly a minute or two, and the information will be uploaded for as many number of employees as you require. Okay. Next, we also have other options like bulk photo upload, same like Excel, but bulk photo upload, bulk document upload, employee bulletin board, mass communication. If you want to give out any information to all the employees in the organization, any policy assignment you have to do, any data drive, you need some bank account details or any certifications from the employees. You can also enable or create a data drive, and also the offboarding for the employees who are separating from the company. All of these are the admin rights which is available for the admin to create, edit, or override the existing employee information, or to do the bulk imports. Okay, this is basically the employee core module. Okay, now at this point, I would like to add a quick question. Would request everybody to participate in the poll. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating. So I can see that the main um, the most people answered that the manual data entry is where the most of the problem lies. So as I have showcased in the application, you have an option to do a bulk import of the entire data. Not just that, anything related to the employee uploading the data, or else streamlining the process, you can automate in the system. Like onboarding, you don't have to fill in the employee data while adding an employee. You can initiate an onboarding process to the employees while adding an employee, by giving the basic details and sharing the onboarding link to the employees. It will help the employees to get familiar with the application and also to submit their personal information. And once the information is approved by the admin, it will come and sit under the employee profile. Any employee profile editing the details and deleting or overriding anything, you can do it using the bulk importer option. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with the payroll module next. So the most important module, basically, and even in the second poll question, most of you answered that payroll is the most important one. Okay, so in greytHR, the payroll module is very easy to understand and easy to navigate for all the admins, even for the first time users. I'll give you a little, I'll spend some more time on the payroll module. This is the overview page. For every month, you will have the data individually. In the overview page, you will have the net pay, gross pay, deductions, how many employees are getting paid in that month, if any employee has been added in the current month, any settlements, that is final settlements has been done, any employee has been excluded from the payroll in the current month, any employee has been separated from the company. Each and every detail will be available on the overview page. If we come towards the right hand side, we also have an option to lock and unlock the payroll inputs. And once the payroll is finalized, you can directly lock the payroll, so that you're not allowing the other admins to make any changes to the payroll. If I just go back, this is how the locked payroll will look like. Okay, so you have your cutoff dates available, which is nothing but the pay period. These pay periods can be customized as per your requirement. If you have different pay periods for different set of employees, that can also be added. And system will is capable of supporting multi-currency and multi-companies. Okay, if you run the payrolls separately for multiple companies, it can also accommodate the same. Also, in the same company, if you want to run the payroll in batch wise, for example, for marketing team you want to run the payroll separately, for HR department you want to run it separately, these segment wise bifurcation can also be done, and the drop down will be available on the top right hand side. So here you can just select, if you have blue collar or white collar employees, that segregation can also be done. You can just select the payroll batch one and then process for those set of employees, and then you can select the other batch to run the payroll. Okay, now getting into the details, we have an information section. So if you can see here, the options are basically mentioned in a sequential manner, like how you perform the payroll. If you do in performing any activity, there's a step by step procedure. So even before you process the payroll, there is a step by step procedure, right? So you can just follow these options one by one to just complete the payroll finalization. First, you can go ahead with the information section. You can see the salary revision history for all the employees. And if any employee is eligible for salary revision, you can start revising the employee salary. Next is the payroll inputs. Every payroll input that you do before you process the payroll can be handled under this payroll input section. You can make any changes to the salary under the salary page. I will quickly, yeah, okay. So if you want to add any one-time earnings to the employee's profile, any one-time deductions like in any fines or any damages or any one-time earnings like incentives, tips, bonus, everything you can add under the employees section. You have the fixed salary, which employee will get paid every month. You can basically add this, and system will automatically calculate the salary every month. Not just this, you can also process the arrears from the system. System will automatically process the arrears if you're updating the salary, if you're updating any past dated salary revisions. Not just that, system is also capable of calculating the arrears on arrears, and also LOP reversals automatically after the configuration. Okay, all the statutory components will be configured and automated in the system. For example, you can see the pension contribution for a GOSI, and any employee who is separating from the company, the end of service benefit will also be calculated from the system automatically in the full and final settlement calculation. Okay, even the OT policy can be configured, and the OT payout will be directly fetched into the payroll module from the attendance module. Okay, so not just the employee salary. Okay, I'll also showcase the payslip for your reference. This is how the payslip will look like. This is a standard format. It will have your company's logo, company's address, details, everything. Okay, this payslip can also be configured and made changes as per the requirement. Okay, and any other payroll inputs like loans, salary revisions, any reimbursements you want to add, any LOPs you want to add manually. Now LOPs, you might ask, will it not fetch the LOPs directly from attendance module? It absolutely will. From leave module, from attendance module, employee LOPs can be directly pushed to the payroll module for the salary deduction. This option is given in case admin wants to add anything manually. Stop salary processing, any arrears, any leave settlements. For example, if employee is going on a long leave, this is mostly seen in the Middle East region. Employees go on an extended leave for 20-30 days. So you can process the leave settlement before the employee leave, final settlement for the employees who are leaving the company, resettlement, and the overtime register. So everything is covered basically under the payroll inputs. So once you are done with adding everything, you can finally come and process the payroll. It will take few seconds to process the payroll for all the employees. Okay, we have two options available: a quick process and a process payroll option. System will also give you an entire checklist of what you have to do before you process the payroll. You can go through the checklist, or you can directly come to the quick process option. Verification is also available. System will give you all the salary statement, a quick predefined salary statement. If you want any custom reports, that can also be configured, that you can download month on month after processing your payroll. So as an example, we have added quite a few reports here. You can generate the gratuity provision report, you can generate pension provision report, overtime, bank transfer statement, air ticket register, annual airfare ticket register. If you want a full pay report, depending on the currency, depending on the department, cost center, business line, all these reports can be generated from the system itself. Okay, coming to the payout, we will provide all the required payout documents for you for the salary disbursement, starting from the most important one, the SIF file. It will allow you to generate the SIF file for all the employees for the WPS salary transfers. We'll also provide journal voucher statements. If you're using any financial tools, integration is also possible, and we'll also provide a bank transfer statement. If you're into free zone and if you're paying the salaries through direct bank transfer, you can generate the bank transfer statement from the system itself. And if you're making any check or cash payments, you can download a report for that as well. And the most important one, the pay slips. There are a couple of ways to disburse the pay slips. One is to directly publish the pay slips to the employees ESS portal, so that employees can download them from the ESS portal or the mobile app. Another one is, say for example, you have blue collar employees, they might not be using the mobile app. So for them, you can just come to the section, select the employees, and send the email directly from the web application. You can also select a few, or you can just select all employees and send them. Okay. So that is basically about the payroll section, payroll module. Now, next one that we're going to cover, I'll also showcase a couple of reports at the end of the session. Once we cover all the modules, we'll cover the report section as well. Now, coming to the leave and attendance, we'll have a dashboard for that as well. This is the leave dashboard. Depending on what leaves employee is taking, the entire number of leaves will be visible on the dashboard. Annual leave, LOPs, bereavement leave, sick leave, casual leave. So everything will be visible, just the numbers of how many leaves employees have taken. If you want to see all the transactions, you can scroll down, and employee level transactions will also be visible for your review as an admin. Okay, you can also filter out the transactions to this week, this month, last week, last month. All of that you can filter out and get the transactions for your review. So if you can see here, the year-end process, leave year-end process will also be processed in the system after the end of the year. All the leaves that needs to be carried forward to the next year, that needs to be lapsed, that needs to be encashed at the end of the year. All these rules can be configured in the system. All the leave types and the individual rules for each leave type. Say, for example, you do not want the employees to take sick and annual leaves together. Employees have to complete all their casual leaves before they avail annual leaves. So, all these rules can be configured in the system as per your leave policy. And once it is configured, it is very easy to automate this. Even the leave credits can also be automated. For example, if the employee is entitled to 30 days of leaves in the entire year, that is 2.5 days a month, we can put in a condition in the system to credit 2.5 days leaves to the employee at the starting of every month. That is just an example. It will depend on your policy. Okay. So to manage anything out of the normal, you'll have an employee leave section available for your review. You can get into the each and every employee's profile and check what is the employee's leave balances, what is the opening balance, granted, availed, applied, encashed. Every minute transaction will be available for your review. You can also download this information. As an admin, you will have an option to post a leave transaction directly. If you want to credit any extra leaves for an employee, or if you want to add any availed leave transaction for an employee, or you want to lapse any balance for the employee, everything can be done from the post leave transaction. So this is an additional admin right given to you. If you're a leave admin, this is what you can manage from the admin side of the portal. Also, you'll have an option to apply for leave on behalf of the employee. Now this option is not just for the admins, it's available even for the managers. Sometimes employees will not be in a position to apply for leave due to connectivity issues or due to being on duty. They'll not be able to apply for it. So the managers or the supervisors or the HR admin can apply on behalf of the employee. Okay. So this is about the leave section. We also have a leave granter option available if you want to grant the leaves manually for new hires or any existing employees. You can also do that from the leave granter section. Okay. Coming to the attendance part, it's in the same view. You can see the attendance overview part here. It will show you the employees' attendance stats for a month. It will give you the average working hours, how many number of absent days, how many holidays there are in a month, and how much is the total considered overtime hours. You can also see on a given day how many employees are in, how many employees are late, how many employees are on time. It works real time, and each and every swipe employees is taking will be captured, and it will be available for your view from the admin portal. You can get into the employee swipe section and see the employee swipes for the day. Now, attendance type will show you what is the mode of the attendance capturing. Is it a mobile sign-in? Is it a web sign-in? Is it a biometric punch-in? Or is it a geofencing, geotagging? Everything will be visible under the attendance type section. So once you're done with the overview, we have few other options to track the employee attendance as well. An extended version of who is in. So, if a manager or a supervisor wants to just log in on a day in the morning and check at that point in time how many employees were already logged in, how many employees were on leave, how many employees are late. So, they can simply log in, come to this who is in section, select the day, 27th, for example, and they can simply see the list. So, these many employees did not log in at all, these many employees were late, these many employees were on time. Now, how system will calculate these timings? You will assign the shift roster to the employees. All the applicable shifts that you have in your company, we can configure it in the backend. And you can just simply assign those shifts to the employees, assign the shift roster to the employees from the shift roster screen. Now, assigning the shifts can be done either individually for each and every employee, which is again a tedious task. We have an option to do it in bulk. Okay. So you, as an admin, you will have the visibility of the all the employees roster for a given month. So this is how the roster will look like. You'll also have the legend here, which will show you which code represents what. If you want to change the shift roster as an admin, you'll have that right. You can do it here, or you can do it in the employee profile, or you can do it in bulk. Even the managers and supervisors will have this action, will have this access, so that they can um, create the shift roster for their reportees. Okay, so once you roster the employees, and you will have an option to track their employee swipes. If you want to check the present and absent status, you have attendance master available. If you want to check employee individual attendance, so for just for one employee, you want to see what is the pattern of log in, log out, late in, early out. You can just come to the information section, and for an entire month you'll be able to see when did the employee log in first, log out, how many are the total work hours, actual work hours, how many hours he's supposed to work, and how many hours are in the shift time, excess hours. It will give you the session details, overtime details, if permission details, if employee has applied for any um, late in, early log out, and even the swipes. So when did the system receive the swipes? Every little minute detail will be available for you for each and every employee. This is in more of an individual view. Okay, coming to the admin side, if you want to have override options, you can always come to the admin section. Here you can assign the attendance scheme to the employees. If there are any employees who are not assigned to the scheme, you can process the attendance. If you're making any manual changes, you can finalize the attendance penalties. Say for example, if you have a rule that if an employee is late for more than 3 days in a month, if an employee is late for more than 15 minutes, more than 3 days in a month, for the fourth time, from the fourth time you have to deduct 1 day as an LOP or 1 day as a leave. So all such rules can be configured from the backend in attendance policy, and you can finalize them under the finalization page so that the LOP will be deducted from the employee salary. We also have attendance exceptions. We also have manual overrides. For example, employee is supposed to work for one shift. For some reason, employee you have a requirement of the same employee in another shift. You can just come here and do a shift override, or else you want to mark the employee as present for a day. Employee could not sign in, but you want to just mark the employee as present. You can simply select the day, select the status as present, and click on override, give the remarks. You can also do it time wise. This is a status wise. If you just want to put in the employee time, when did the employee log in, log out, that is also available. Okay. So we also have overtime finalization. So once the employee has worked for excess hours, system will allow the employees to apply for the OT. Now again, it depends on your overtime policy. It is possible to directly fetch the excess hours into payroll for the salary payout, or if you want to manually update the overtime hours directly in the payroll, or you want to allow the employees to apply for the overtime from the reassess portal. All these options are available. Depending on your overtime policy, we can set up the finalization, and it will be directly added to the payroll for the overtime payout. Okay. So this is the few of the admin rights to add anything or override anything in the employee's leave and attendance. Now coming to the reports. So we have a lot of reports available, mostly a lot of predefined ones, almost 100 plus reports we have for each and every module combined. We have attendance reports, we have performance management, HR reports, MIS reports, the most important one, leave module, reimbursement. So all of these are the predefined ones. You can just generate any report for a month or for a specific period, and reports can be extracted in Excel and PDF formats. If there is some information you need and it is not available in this report section, we have something called Query Builder, wherein you can create a report, you can build a report from scratch. It's a one-time activity. You create the report, you select what all fields you need in a report, and you save it like this. You save it to your dashboard, and you can just, after processing the payroll every month or whenever you want to download this report, you can just come here and download this report for your reference. Okay. So we also have something called workflows. Before the Q&A, I just want to cover the workflow section. For each and every module, be it leave, attendance, payroll, any asset management, any requests that you want to help desk, we have workflow levels for all these modules. If employee is applying for a leave, employee is applying for an attendance regularization, employee is applying for help desk, any help desk ticket, everything we have workflows available in the system. You can generate this workflows and you can monitor from this admin section all the active requests. You can track employee leave request, letter request, claims, leave encashment request, OT request, or help desk, resignation, confirmation, loan, everything you can track from the admin section. So let me just quickly log into the employee side of the view and give you an overview of the employee portal. Okay. So this is how the employee portal will look like. This employee is also the manager. So he has some additional options available, like to review all the pending requests, to show who is in on a current day, and how many team members are on leave. So for tracking purpose, everything is given on the home page itself, so that employee can just log in and track everything for the current day very easily. Okay. He can check his all the applications under review section: attendance regularization, overtime request, request hub, confirmations, resignations, expense request, help desk, leave. So we can see all of these. Any request that is pending with this employee can be seen under the review section for his, so that he can take the appropriate action. For example, he has this leave application pending with him. He can just approve it, reject it, forward it to the next level. We also have an option to create custom workflows called events. So maybe, for example, exit event workflow. You want to set up a workflow wherein an employee exit application is going through all the departments. For example, first is manager clearance, next is asset department clearance, next is IT clearance, next is admin clearance. So we can set up this custom workflow so that employee's resignation will be approved, employee exit clearance will be approved by all the departments. We also have something called request hub, wherein a part of custom workflows where you can create a workflow for any, for example, salary revision or payroll. We can create these custom workflows. Coming to a salary section, it's pretty easy for employees to just check their payslips and download their payslips, not just for themselves. They can also check the payslips for their employees as well. We also have YTD reports, year-to-date reports available. Any loans and advances employee wants to apply for and track, any reimbursements, any salary revisions, their salary revision page will be visible to them for their review. Coming to leave, employees will be able to apply for leave from both their web portal and the mobile app. They can just check their leave balance as soon as they select the leave type. The leave balance will be visible to them. They can select the from date to date, and the um, approval hierarchy will be set up as a part of a workflow setup. It will be automatically selected, and it will be, you can submit the request. All the pending requests can be checked here, and all the past transactions will be under the history section. Not only leave, if employee is applying for a leave and it is not yet approved, employee will have an option to withdraw the leave application, and once it is approved, employee will have an option to cancel the approve the leave transaction. You can just apply for leave cancellation. Employee can also apply for comp of grant and leave encashment depending on your leave policy. If you allow the employees to apply for it, you can enable this, or if not, you can disable this. Leave balances, of course, they'll have an option to check their entire leave balances. Leave calendar will be available for the entire team. So managers can check on what day, how many employees were on leave, so that they can plan the workforce accordingly. Coming to the attendance, they can check their all the attendance information, and if they have any attendance exceptions, for example, any gaps in the attendance, for example, all of these employees are have, yeah. If you have any attendance gaps, system will populate that you have so and so exception days. So you can go to the regularization and permission page, select that particular day and apply for the regularization. Not just regularization, you can apply for any permission called on duty, work from home, short break, late in, early out, depending on your policy. You can see who is in, you can see the employee swipes. You can also check what is the mode of the swipe, whether it is biometric, mobile sign-in. If it is a mobile sign-in, what's the device ID, coordinates, everything. If geo tagging is enabled, you will be also be able to see the information on the location. Shift roster is also available for the manager's view. Okay. These are some of the modules that I wanted to cover. Not just this, we have a lot more options. We have expense claim options available. We have performance module. We have recruitment module. Let me just give you a quick uh, tour of the home page. So from the admin side, we have a recruitment module here. This is how the home page will look like for each admin or the recruiter. You will have an overview dashboard. You can jobs, candidates pool, joining list. All the reports will be available for the recruitment module separately. And same with the performance management. You can create goal cycles. You can create review cycles. You can create libraries, calibration, bell curve. Everything will be available under the performance management. In the interest of time, I'm not going through all the modules. But if this is something that you require, we can also give a detailed one-on-one demo. We'll be more than happy to give you a detailed demo on all the modules or any module that you require. We also have expense claim module separately as an add-on, so you can just check out, and you can always contact us for a one-on-one demo, detailed demonstration for any module. So I think I already took 4 minutes above the time. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks Amrita for the live product demo. So before we move on to the Q&A session, I would like to launch the quick poll for the attendees, which is currently live. So I request everyone to participate in it. Thank you everyone for participating. So we have also received some great questions in our Q&A session. So I would now like to hand it over to Sujata to take these questions. So Sujata, let me just read the first question for you. So there is a question where can Great HR generate WPS files based on employee visa sponsorship?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Priya. Hello, everyone. Yes, during our demonstration, Amrita has already presented and showed how exactly we can download the WPS zip file from the system. And yes, it is possible to generate category-wise WPS files also. We have an option to apply the filter in generated. Anyway, for an employee, we are going to capture all the information. Along with that, we also capture what's employee's visa sponsor detail and other cost center records too. And using the apply filter option, we'll be able to categorize the group of employees and generate the zip files accordingly.
Good. Thanks, Sujata. So we now have one more question. Does the HRMS support generating HR letters like employment letter, salary letters, and NOCs?
Yes, we also covered this during our demonstration. As Amrita already showed, you'll be able to generate the reports. Yeah, I got the questions too. Yeah, you'll be able to generate the report from the system. So it'll be as per your format. So basically, during the implementation phase, what we will be doing is we will collect all your letter formats. Okay, and we implement the same template in the system. Okay, and after the implementation, you will be able to generate the letters in single click. In one shot, you can generate it for single employee or for all employee in one go. Also, you have an option to select the authorized signatory option. And after generating, you'll be able to download it and send it separately, or else you can directly publish it to employee self-service portal. And also one more thing, employees can request this letter from employee self-service portal directly. They need not to directly send an email or contact the HR team separately. So from their ESS portal itself, they can raise the request. And once it is approved, the HR will be able to generate and publish it to the concerned stakeholders.
Good. Yeah, thanks, Sujata. So, one last question for the day. Is it possible to configure different policies, example like leave, attendance, payroll benefits for different cost center employees?
Yes, not only for cost center. If you have a leave policy, differ from department to department or designation to designation, or else if you have a concept of multi-company and each company will have their own rules and regulations. Yes, the policy we will configure as per the UAE norms or as per the country norms. But apart from that, company will have their own rules which needs to be applied to the employee. So how many days advance they have to request, and so is there any minimum and maximum leave they can avail, and who will be the approver. So all kind of configurations can be handled in the system, and we'll be able to create different leave schemes for different group of employees and assign it to apply.
Good. Thanks, Sujata. So, with that, we come to end of the demo day. Thank you all for joining us and staying to the end. Stay tuned for more updates on our upcoming webinars and demo days from greytHR. We hope to see you there. Thank you.